Did you know that in 1959 the U.S. military secretly planned to build a fortified base on the moon? Project Horizon aimed to establish a lunar outpost within a decade. What if it had actually happened? Long before the iconic moment of Apollo 11's lunar landing, a different kind of ambition stirred within the United States military. 10 years prior to Neil Armstrong's giant leap, in a climate of intense Cold War tension, a clandestine operation was already underway. The year was 1959, a pivotal time when space exploration was rapidly evolving from pure science fiction into a tangible strategic frontier. It was not NASA, the civilian space agency we know today, but the United States Army that spearheaded this audacious plan. This was Project Horizon, an initiative shrouded in absolute secrecy, its very existence unknown to the public for decades. Stamped with the highest classification of top secret, the documents outlined a vision that would astonish even today's strategists. Project Horizon was a colossal military undertaking, conceived on a scale that dwarfed contemporary space efforts. It was entirely distinct from NASA's burgeoning civilian space program, operating under a separate chain of command and with very different objectives. This was an operation driven by military imperative, a bold move to secure extraterrestrial territory for strategic advantage. The U.S. Army envisioned not a scientific outpost, but a fortified military base on the moon, a true frontier fortress. The true shocking objective of Project Horizon was to establish a permanent military presence on the lunar surface. This audacious plan involved constructing a robust military installation right on the moon's desolate terrain. The proposed lunar fortress would be equipped with a formidable arsenal, nuclear missiles poised for launch. Imagine a dozen American soldiers stationed on the moon, maintaining a constant vigil 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their mission, to operate and defend this ultimate strategic outpost thousands of miles from Earth. The documents meticulously detailed every aspect, from the engineering marvels required to the daily life of the lunar garrison. To power this ambitious base, the plan included installing compact nuclear reactors directly on the lunar surface. These reactors would provide the immense energy needed to sustain life and operate advanced weaponry in the harsh vacuum of space. The soldiers themselves would wear specially designed, armored spacesuits, far more robust than those used by astronauts. These weren't for scientific exploration, but for combat, built to withstand the rigors of lunar warfare. To manage the lunar terrain, the project planned for custom-built military excavators designed to handle the abrasive lunar dust. These specialized machines would be crucial for establishing defenses, digging trenches, and constructing shelters. But perhaps the most audacious aspect was the development of weapons specifically for the lunar environment. Given the moon's lack of atmosphere, conventional firearms firing bullets would be largely ineffective. Instead, Project Horizon envisioned weapons that fired powerful lasers, cutting through the void with precision. These high-energy beams would be the primary offensive and defensive tools against any potential lunar threats. Beyond lasers, the plans included shockwave launchers, a lunar version of the dreaded Claymore mine. These devices would project concussive force across the airless environment, devastating targets without relying on air pressure. The moon would become a new theater of war, with an arsenal specifically engineered for its unique, unforgiving conditions. This was a vision of militarizing space, of extending Cold War rivalries to the ultimate high ground. The primary objective was clear: to militarily occupy the moon before the Soviet Union could. It was a desperate race for lunar dominance, a high-stakes gamble for strategic superiority. From this lunar outpost, the U.S. Army intended to hold the Earth itself under nuclear threat. The moon, once a symbol of peace and scientific endeavor, was to be transformed into a nuclear launch pad. This chilling vision of global leverage from an extraterrestrial base underscored the paranoia of the Cold War era. However, this incredibly ambitious and controversial project never came to fruition. President Dwight D. Eisenhower, the commander-in-chief at the time, made the ultimate decision. He deemed Project Horizon and ultimately ordered its immediate cancellation, preventing the militarization of space. The ambitious plan was swiftly swept under the rug, its detailed blueprints and proposals locked away. It became a ghost in the archives, a top-secret specter of what could have been. For over half a century, Project Horizon remained buried, its existence a secret known only to a select few. It lingered as a silent testament to the extreme measures once considered in the desperate race for Cold War supremacy. The public had no inkling of this audacious plan to turn the moon into a military base. It was a stark reminder of how close humanity came to weaponizing celestial bodies. Then, in the year 2014, the veil of secrecy was finally lifted. The United States government declassified the Project Horizon documents. The world was suddenly confronted with the reality of this audacious, almost unbelievable plan. The detailed blueprints, the strategic objectives, the very concept of lunar warfare, all laid bare. It was a revelation that reshaped our understanding of the early space race and Cold War ambitions. Project Horizon stands as a powerful testament to the lengths nations would go to gain an advantage, even beyond Earth. This secret 1959 plan reminds us that the peaceful exploration of space was never a guaranteed path. Instead, it narrowly avoided becoming a battlefield, a silent arena for nuclear posturing. The cancellation by President Eisenhower, though driven by cost and danger, averted a potentially catastrophic future. Project Horizon serves as a compelling historical footnote, a chilling glimpse into a parallel timeline. It highlights the moral and strategic dilemmas faced by leaders during an era of unprecedented global tension. The declassification in 2014 brought this extraordinary story to light, opening eyes to the hidden chapters of space history. Today, Project Horizon remains a fascinating and unsettling reminder of humanity's capacity for both grand ambition and profound destruction. A secret chapter, now revealed, forever etched into the annals of Cold War space plans.
Want to hear more about ideas like this? Subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and turn on the bell to stay updated.